Hi, this video is going to show about our AV over IP video and KVM system. So here I have the setup. Basically right now you can see I have a 2x2 video and this is my monitor which is actually for the KVM workstation. And here I have one more screen for the second KVM workstation. So I'm going to use the camera to zoom a little bit so we can see the setups. Okay. So as you can see right now, this is the transmitter, and we have two transmitters here. Okay, so this is the two transmitters. As you can see, we have two HDMI connected, then the two USB cable connected. And I didn't use the PoE. I didn't use the power adapter just because we can use the PoE functions on the side. And then we have the PoE switches and also the full receivers, which is for the video, and also the same use the PoE function. And beside the full device, then we have a Wi-Fi router. So basically, you can use the iPad with the application control. And on the left side here, we have the two receivers, actually, which is for the KVM station. Okay, so this is the settings of this AV/IP system. So next up, I'm going to show as the how we do the controllings and basically to show the softwares how to set up this AV/IP system. Okay, now I'm going to switch to a switch this window with the software control, and then we can see it more clearly. Okay, so now this is the on the small window, which is shows the video wall, and the large window, which is for the control softwares. Okay, so first step, I'm going to show, and on this AV/IP system, basically we'll have three softwares, and this is the application control for Android device. And then for the UI designer, which is actually for the user interface design and including like the background image, everything. And the UMP platform, which is for the computer settings and also for the upgrading and also for the commands that we can get from this software. And Windows control software, which is for the Windows PC to control the AV/IP system. It's actually for the video control. Okay. So we will just start from the UMP platform. This software is actually mainly for the settings. We'll just double click to run this software. First step, we just need to make sure we need to go to the scan settings. So for the scan settings, this is the IP address, which is for my control PC. Okay, so for the PC, and we can just check out the IP address first before we do the settings. We just go to the network settings, then go to the adapter options, then we go to the internet properties TCP IP4, and this is the IP address. So this is my PC IP address. I already have it set as 192.168.1.89, and this is the mask, and this is the gateway. Okay, I already have it set up, and we just close. Then we're back to the UMP platform control software. So on this software, basically we can see here we have the once we click the scan setting, then here we can select the IP address, then we are going to bound. And normally we'll just choose as the normal scan. But if we have the AV/IP devices, receiver and transmitter are in different IP range, then we need to use the plot segment. So we can just click back, then we can just choose the input and we can scan. And now we can find two devices here. And then the output scan, then we can find all the devices are connected. Okay. So this one is basically for the settings, for the scan setting. And another part is actually for the how to get the commands on the receivers. And we'll just double click this one, and we'll go to the inquiry, and then here we got this one. Once we just double click, then we can see here we already have the commands showing up. The first one actually we set it as the KVM workstation, and those are which is actually we're sharing connect with the video wall. Basically, we can just copy those UDP commands and we can send the commands to configure the system. Okay, so this one is actually about the UMP platform. Other settings we need to do the introduction in another video. Okay. We get back to the control softwares, except the UMP, then we got the UI designer. So for the UI designer, once we double click and we got the NSP designer, double click to run. And here we need to make sure, and once we use this one, before we select the IP address, we need to make sure, and here we have the custom ID, and which is to make sure, and we have the software is run successfully. After we have this one logged in, and we can see here we have the UI designer, panel setting, KVM setting, input setting, transmitter, and user. First step, we just go to the UI designer. And then we got the page list here, and go to the page list, and then we can see here we got different pages here, and we got the global page. And because this one actually already set up before, I can just delete this page and start from the beginning. See how we do the templates. Okay, so basically, and once we go to the designer, and we just click new page here, and we got a new page. On this new page, then we can just do the panels and everything here. And sort of like we just drag down the panels here. So on the, like right now we have a divided video. So we can just drag down the panel here. And once we drag down the panel, if we have a 3x3 or different size of the video, then we can just double click this one. Then we can do the size settings here. Like right now, if we have 3x3, we just input 3x3 here. Right now you can see we already have a 3x3 video. But just because right now, actually, we have a 2x2. So we just go with 2. And then we just go back to the UI design. So we have the site set up. And basically, we're going to bound the receiver IP address with the video wall here. So basically, once we click on the IP address, and then we can see the screen is actually, this screen is actually showing as the blue, and so we can just click this screen. And then we have the second one is actually this one, like the 192.1.6. No, 6 is actually this screen, so just click this screen. And then we have another one, 18 is actually this screen. And then we have the 54 as this screen. So now that means we already have the IP address, the receivers bounding with the video wall screens. And we can go back to the UI designer. Back to the UI designer, and here we can see what you have the panels here. If you wanna to move the size or change, and we can just move a little bit, then we can just do the adjust the size accordingly. And after we have the panel, we can next step we actually add the signal here. Okay. Signal is going to be the same. We just drag down to the page. Then move the size a little bit to make sure it's actually fit there. We have the source drag down here, and that's it. Okay, so the pages we actually already have set ready. The next step we can just go into the input setting. So for the input setting here, actually I already have one set up, so I can just delete this one and new group. And then we already have a new group of the video source. We also can change the name, like this one, I just put it as test. So once we select this group, then we just choose the active source or run the source which add into this group. We just select them. Those one in the green, that means those are active. We also can set like the hotkeys for those two source switching by simply click here. Okay, so after we have the source connected, then we just need to go back to the UI designer again. And here we have the source group, and we just choose this one, choose the signal plot here, and click the link here. And we need to choose the source group, and we have the test here. We just choose test. This one is actually about the video wall and then the video source settings. And next step is actually about the KVM settings. So KVM settings basically here actually I already have two set up. And if you want to delete them, I will just select the and then click the minus here. Then we can just delete the video, which the PVM which we set up. So to create the new PVM, and I will just simply select. If you want to make a 1x2 PVM, I will just select this one. I'm going to span the screen at the same. Once we click this one, we can see here actually we have the small monitor is showing blue, and then we just blue here. That's it. Then that means we already have this set up. Okay. Next up is actually last one is actually about the user settings. The user settings here actually I already have two users set up, and one is the admin. So for the admin, once we click, then we can see we have like different level rights for the page and for the KVM. And here we can set up the totally everything here. Okay, so here I will just choose as the default. Okay, if we want to add a new user, we just simply click here, then we can change the names here. That is what the password, we need to have a capital letter, so I will just go with what P123. Okay, then we can just click upload button here. After we have all those settings, then we can just go back to, we can click the upload. Before upload, we can just cross check if everything is correct. It's the video, and for the video setting, once we select it, and we just go to settings here. Basically, we can see here we have quite lots of settings, including the screencast and also the other functions. If we need that, then we can just default the box. And we also can just upload an image for this one if we need it, and just simply click mode by picture. Here I'll just go with the view color. That's it. Okay. Then we'll just go to the upload. Then we can upload this one. It will just take about like 1 or 2 minutes to upload all the data to the Windows Control software and also the application control. After all settings uploaded, it will choose upload succeed. Then we click OK button. Okay, now we can just minimize this software and go back to the another software here. It's actually Windows Control and SPPC. And we just double click, and then we go to this one. Double click to run this software. After we run this software, and the IP address we need to fill out is actually the same as this Control PC. Then the username and password is just the one we set up in the UI Designer. And we'll click to log in. After we log in, basically, then we can see this the input source we got. And this the panel, which is for the 2x2 video. If we want to open the window, and we can just simply drag the source down here. You can see we already got one on the screen. One. So this one is how to get the windows. If you want to have this one on the full screen, we just simply double click, and same as this one. This one is actually to clear all the windows. And here we got the presets, which we received earlier. We can just record the presets as well. The presets also able to do the cycling. So if you want to do the cycling, and I will just select the source and set up time, put it as 5 seconds. You will just cycling the presets we have on this one, as you can see on the video. Video wall, then the multiple screens, settings, console. Then we just back to the this page. Like right now, we have like the multiple screens, even cross screen, picture in picture. And if we want to do this one, we need to go to this part. So we have default and free. So if we choose free, then once we open Windows, actually just showing us the same size. If we want to adjust the size, we select the window and we'll into a different size. Double click to make it a full screen. This one we have a full screen. Full screen, just simply drag the source to the video. We'll show as a full screen. Okay. Default, that means like once we choose the source, it will just fill out that screen directly. It's actually not showing as a full screen. Okay. And this one is actually to freeze layouts on the video or on the software, and then we push to the video. Right now, we actually have two screens actually not show nothing. Just drag two on the two screen, as you can see on the video, is actually not showing, only showing on the software. So once we push this button, and then we will have these layouts in the video. Last part is actually about the screen test. So this one we can just try to type something here, then we can see the difference. Then we can set up the height and the transparent, and then the font. We can choose a different one, and we just choose 72. Click OK. Click Apply and share. Okay. So as you can see, it's actually what is showing on the video wall. If you want to change it, like from the left side and the font, we just want to make it even larger and make it as 150. Okay, apply, shoe. So now it's actually showing up, and the height we need to put it as 200. Shoe. Okay. So we can see the scrolling test is showing up on the video. Let's just switch back to the larger window, then we can see the difference. Okay, and you can see on the video and showing the screen test. Okay. And this one we also can just double click, and like right now the input source we have the laptop one. We want to change the OSD, and then we can change it from here. This one we just put as my laptop. Okay, you can see it's actually what it changed. Go back, and you can see on the source is showing this one. If we didn't want it, and it's the same thing, we just double click, and then we just click. Okay, that's it. Don't worry, remove the OSD for the input source. Okay, so this one is actually for the Windows software control, and that's what we're going to show the KVM workstation control. Okay, thank you.